Hi, welcome back. I'm Morgan, the restaurant manager, and today I will take you through the sequence of service, taking a reservation over the phone. Answering the phone at Cooklet is very important to us. Often, this may be the first contact a guest has with our restaurant, and we want it to be perfect. Regular guests frequently call to reserve too, so having one system that everyone uses will ensure that guests feel comfortable and know what to expect when they call us. Therefore, this is very important that when you answer the phone at Cooklet, you do it exactly according to our sequence of service, every single time. Something you may not know is that when you're speaking on the phone, a guest can detect if you're smiling or not. This is communicating through the sound of your voice over the phone. Throughout the call, it is very important to smile. Here's what we do. When the phone rings, we answer it as quickly as possible. We try to answer within 3 rings. When the guest name is in our system, you will see it displayed on the screen. This is how we do it. You smile and say, Cooklet good morning, good afternoon, or good evening when it's relevant. State your name, the guest name, and ask how he is. So this is how you do it. Cooklet good morning, Morgan speaking. Hi, Mr. Dave, how are you today? Then we wait for a moment for the guest to answer. We then smile again and say, how may I help you today? Remember, this session is about when guests say that they would like a reservation. We continue to smile and say, sure, for when? We repeat the day that the guest says. What time? And you echo the time. You smile again and say, how many people? Repeat the number of people. At this point, we then provide the alternative for where a guest may select to be seated. We smile again and say, where would you prefer to be seated? We have the main dining room, the bar area, or our indoor terrace. The indoor terrace is a more private place. We listen carefully to our guest requests. If our guests are booking a table for more than 5 or 6 people, we may smile and suggest we also have the private dining room or the alcove. There are for a minimum of 6 guests in our private dining and 5 in the alcove. At this point, you then wait and listen to what our guest has to say. If they are not sure, you then smile and suggest, may I recommend the main dining area? It is obviously important to know the status of the reservation at the time. And you can see this on our Reservat app. Sometimes the private dining and the alcove will already be booked. It is important to check this information before we suggest it to our guests. Listening to our customer is very important. So far, we have echoed each of the choices of our guests. We now put the whole booking together one more time. We smile and say, great, Mr. Dave, that's confirmed. See you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, for 6 people in the main dining area. We pause to see if the guest has anything else to say. If not, we smile again and say, goodbye. We wait for the guest to close the phone before we close the line. If a guest asks where we are located, we explain that we do not need to enter the hotel to get to Cooklet. So, guys, there are 4 things to remember. 1, use the name of the guest. 2, are they coming for lunch or dinner, so the timing. 3, the number of people. And 4, where they want to be seated. For guests whose name is not in our system, we answer in the following way. Smile and say, Cooklet good morning. Thank you for calling. My name is Morgan. How may I help you today? Our guest wants a reservation. What do we say? Yes, of course. May I know your name, please? Guests say their name. If in any doubt, how do you spell that, sir? And your family name? So, for the guest whose name is not in our system, we answer in the following way. You smile and say, Cookle, good morning. Thank you for calling. Morgan speaking. How may I help you? Our guest wants a reservation, so what do we say? Yes, of course. May I know your name, please? The guest says their name, so if you need help, you just ask them how you spell that. And your family name? May I have your mobile number, please? You then echo the mobile number. After that, you will continue with the same script as for the guest whose name is already known. So guys, we now know how to answer the phone, but you really need to get this right. So when the guest calls, hi sir, may I know your name, please? Mr. Hamzi. How do you spell that? H-A-M-Z-E-H. Mr. Hamzi. Okay. May I know your phone number, please? 050-35-12-977. So, Mr. Hamzi, I will just repeat your phone number. This is 050-35-12-977. Did I get this right? A couple of last things. If a guest is coming about 11:30 midnight, we respond by saying that the last order of the kitchen is at midnight. And after that, we have the bar snack menu. There are no reservations on the bar counter. We do take reservation at the tables, in the bar, but not on the bar. So, to wrap up this session, thank you all for listening. You now know how to answer the phone when you know and don't know the guest's name. So now, let's do this, guys.